Okay, if everyone can see my screen and hear me okay, if one of you can just post in the chat or come off mute real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
good. Thank you.
I can.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. This will be the parents and coaches meeting for the winter 2025 season with the Oviedo YMCA. We are excited to kick off the new year um, with another great season. I am Hunter Martineau. I will be the sports coordinator for the Oviedo YMCA. If you have any questions, requests about the league, practices, etc., you can direct those at me. My email is hmartineau@cfymca.org, or you can call me at 407-381-8000, and then my extension is 2103. A little bit about myself. I've been with the YMCA for almost 2 years now. Basically been in sports, played sports, coached sports, directed sports my whole life. I was in YMCA leagues myself growing up playing soccer, basketball. I played myself high school basketball, college basketball, and just look forward to giving back to the next generation. A little bit about the YMCA. We are a non-profit. Any revenue we generate goes straight back into operations. Our areas of focus are youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. And if we do generate any additional revenue, it just goes back into scholarships for families, members to get memberships with the YMCA. A little bit more about youth sports at the YMCA. We're just looking to help improve your child with not only technical skills, but also healthy attitudes and sportsmanship, and just create a fun and stress-reducing atmosphere while also playing sports. Some important dates for the upcoming season. A couple of days ago, everyone should have received team invites to TeamSnap. Additionally, I should mention if you have any questions about anything on a particular slide, feel free to cut me off. If you have any individual questions about your profile, your account, or anything of that sort, feel free to wait till the end just so I can end the recording. But yeah, if you have any questions about a particular slide, feel free to just cut me off. But like I mentioned, important dates for the season. A couple days ago, we updated all the practice schedules for each team, as well as rosters. We did move a couple people from rosters, so you might have a second team invite, just balancing out some teams so everyone has a fair number of players. That was done a couple days ago. As you can see, today is our orientation day and coaches meeting. Tomorrow, your game schedule will be released for all divisions. February 4th, which is next week, is the first week of practices. One important note, and this is the only anticipated change we're having this season, is we usually have practices on either Tuesday or Thursday based off your team. If you have the Tuesday practice, the middle school is hosting their curriculum night on February 4th. So your first practice next week will be February 5th, which is a Wednesday, and then you'll be back to your normal Tuesday practices. If you're scheduled for Thursday practices, there's no conflict for the season. But if you have the Tuesday practice slot, your first practice will technically be a Wednesday, and then will be Tuesday the rest of the way because the middle school is hosting their curriculum night next Tuesday. February 8th will be the first game day for all of our participants. That is next Saturday, coming up quick. If you're in the ages 9 and up, you will only see your first 5 games scheduled because the last 2 weekends are playoff games. You'll see those scheduled on March 11th. So if you only see 5 out of your 7 games scheduled for ages 9 and up, that is why. March 15th is our anticipated picture day. That is subject to change, but that is our anticipated picture day. March 17th to March 22nd, that is spring break, so there will be no programming. That is no practice or games that whole week. And then March 29th, the following Saturday, will be our awards day again for all divisions. That will be the final weekend of games, final Saturday. Navigating the TeamSnap app. This is going to be one of our 2 biggest changes this year for the YMCA and going forward. We used to use PlayerSpace app for all of our members and parents that are familiar with that. We are now switching over to TeamSnap. In my opinion, and my opinion is shared by other leaders at other sites, sports leaders, it is a much, much better app, not only for us as leaders and scheduling, but also as parents navigating between multiple kids, practice times, game times, messages amongst the team. It offers just a lot more than PlayerSpace did, and we're really happy with how it is so far. But with that being said, you will have to download the TeamSnap app. The PlayerSpace app will no longer be what we will using. So if you're looking for your practices or games on the Player Space app, it will not be listed there. Please download the TeamSnap app. Here in the top right is what it looks like on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, if you're looking for a picture of what the app icon was. And then make sure to accept your team invites. I've been sending those out this week. Once you accept the team invite, you'll be able to see the roster, the practice times, and then eventually the game times, which I mentioned will be released tomorrow. Purchasing a jersey. If you have not ordered your jersey yet, I would definitely recommend to do that either today or tomorrow. You can use this QR code here, or you can use this link right here. Or if you'd like to do it manually, you can go to ymcacf.org. You'll click on programs and classes, go to youth sports basketball, and then under the equipment and jerseys, there'll be a Y portal to the Augusta Apparel website. You'll select the basketball jersey here in the bottom right is what it looks like. It's one jersey, it's reversible. You don't have to buy two, but this is what the basketball jersey looks like. It's white on one side and blue on the other side. And make sure to, you can set the shipping address to your home address. You don't have to have it shipped to the Y. You can set it to your home address. Again, here's the manual way. If you were looking at it, you'll go to ymcacf.org. You can go to programs and classes, use sports, basketball, equipment/jerseys, and you'll click on the portal to Augusta's website. A little bit more on basketball information. We do not have a gym located at the Oviedo YMCA. We use a middle school right down the street. That is Jackson Heights Middle School. Address is right here, 41 Academy Avenue, Oviedo, Florida, 32765. So please do not come to the Oviedo YMCA for any practice, games, etc. We do not have a gym. We use Jackson Heights Middle School. You'll turn in off County Road 419. There's only one way into the school. You'll follow the red arrow and you're going to turn right at the first parking lot, and then you're going to walk through double blue doors, and the gym will be right on your left. And we'll have staff out there helping direct everyone the first week. But here's just an aerial view of the middle school. First practice expectations. As I mentioned, you'll park in the main lot, enter through the blue double doors. Always arrive 5 to 10 minutes early for the first week of practice, just so we can get you in the right spot. Registration table may always be a little backed up. If your age is 5 and up, you do not have to wear your game jerseys for the practice. If your age is 3 to 4, you will wear your game jersey because your game will follow your practice. The YMCA will always supply basketballs and cones, so you just have to bring yourself in athletic attire and then gym shoes or basketball shoes. And then here's a layout of our court. If you're on court 1A, that's right inside to the left. Court 1B is right inside to the right. If you're on court 2, you're on the following court. It's the same gymnasium. You're just on the far side. Games, as mentioned, the game schedule will be released tomorrow. The first game for everyone is February 8th. Every team will play 7 games. If you are listed as the home team, you will wear white, so flip that jersey over to white. If you're away team, you will wear blue. Playoffs are for ages 9 to 17. As mentioned, the weekend of March 15th and March 29th will be playoffs, so you won't see those games scheduled yet. You'll just see your first 5 games scheduled, as the last 2 is based upon seedings. And then those will be released on March 11th. And you'll view all your games, as mentioned, in the TeamSnap app. Game locations, 8 and under, all your games will be played at Jackson Heights Middle School. 9 to 17, your home games will be played at Jackson Heights Middle School, and then your away games will be played at other YMCAs. Basketball equipment, sportsmanship. This doesn't just apply to players, it applies to coaches, parents, spectators. We expect everyone to show good sportsmanship during practices and games. There's a zero tolerance policy for inappropriate or disruptive behaviors, and we will remove you from the site if necessary. Each division has different ball size and hoop size. 3 to 4 years old, we use a mini basketball and a 6-foot hoop. 5 to 8 years old, we use a 27.5-inch basketball size 5 on an 8-foot hoop. 9 to 11 years old, we use a 28.5-inch basketball size 6 on a 10-foot hoop. And then 12 to 17 years old, we use a 29.5-inch basketball size 7 on a 10-foot hoop. As recommended, always wear athletic shoes, either gym sneakers or basketball shoes, t-shirt and shorts for practices, and then always have your Magic jersey for the games. If you do not, They probably will not allow you to play. Maybe week one, we sometimes get lenient, but other than that, week two on, you will not be able to play in the basketball game without your Orlando Magic basketball jersey. And then please do not wear any earrings, watches, necklaces. You will be forced to take those off before you step on the practice floor and especially the game floor. Scoring policy, 9 and up, we do record scores. 7 and 8 and below, we do not. No timeouts for 8 and under divisions. 9 to 11 and 12 to 14 has 2 timeouts per half. 15 to 17 has 4 timeouts for the game. Overtime in the regular season, we will have a 1 3-minute overtime, 1 timeout each per team. It will end in a tie if it so happens to end in a tie in the first overtime. In playoff games, we will have an unlimited overtime with 1 timeout each per team until we find a winner. Full court pressing, 8 and under, there is no full court defense. This means the defense has to be played behind half court. 9 to 11, there is no full court defense until the last minute of each quarter, so half court and back, besides the last minute of each quarter. 12 to 14 and 15 to 17, the teams can press the whole game unless the leading team is up by 20, then they can no longer press in the 9 to 11 and the 12 to 14-year-old age groups. Technical fouls, a tech is issued if, 1, a player has illegal equipment, player or coach displays unsportsmanlike conduct, if a player is not on the roster, coach or bench personnel out of position, and then spectators can also, as mentioned, be asked to leave the premises if they are displaying unsportsmanlike behavior. Players who receive a level 1 tech must be subbed out and can be subbed back in after 3 minutes of game time. Coaches who receive a tech must sit for the remainder of the game. And 2 level 1 techs or 1 level 2 is grounds for ejection of the game. Stealing and blocking, 8 and under, players are not allowed to steal the ball from the ball handler, and they are not allowed to jump to block a shot. We're just teaching good fundamental defense, so sliding your feet, hands up on shots. 9 and 11 and up, they can steal from the ball handler, and they can jump to contest or block shots. Possession, 8 and under, the white team will start with the ball in the first and third quarters, and then the blue team will start with the ball in the second and fourth quarters. And then 9 and up, we start every game with a jump ball or a tip-off, and then the possession arrow will rotate every time there's either a jump ball or end of quarter. Fouls, 8 and under, there is no foul shots. If blue team is fouled, blue team will inbound the ball. And then 9 and up, there is 5 fouls per quarter. That resets after each quarter. If a team does get into the bonus, there is no more 1-and-1s. All fouls after the 4th foul, which is 5th and up, will be automatic double bonus 2 shots. Again, some fouls don't count, such as offensive fouls, but we can get into all that if you do have questions. Coaches, this, as I mentioned, team snap will be our biggest change. This is the second biggest change. All of our coaches are now required to be level 2 background screening. This is just another extra precaution to protect the safety of our players. So any coach that steps on the court is level 2 background screened. We do have a couple coaches still getting cleared. If you are in the process of getting cleared, we just ask that you stay patient because you are technically not allowed, and we are enforcing it. You are not allowed to step on the court until you are cleared. And then all of our coaches also take trainings on concussions and child abuse prevention. Role of the coach, you're just responsible for leading practices and managing your team on game day. So you can communicate also with your parents either through the TeamSnap app, or if you prefer to use GroupMe, text groups, that's all completely up to you. But you are responsible for managing your team. At the YMCA, we want to strive all coaches to install our 5 core values, which is honesty, respect, caring, responsibility, and faith. And if you're expected to miss any practices or games, don't cancel, obviously. Just let us know, and we'll help cover your practice, cover your game. We do not cancel any practices or games. If you have any worry about how to run practice, you can always see us before practice, before the season, give me a call, email. But we always recommend to start each practice with an agenda, let the players know what they're working on and why. It could be because your team had too many turnovers last game. You're going to do extra passing drills or ball handling drills, etc. You can break the practice into 5-10-minute drills with a minute or two in between each for water break or free time, and that'll kind of make up your whole hour, so to speak. And then at the end, always next practices so everybody's on the same page. And then, as always, we will always have YMCA staff members at practices, at games. You can use us if you want to help run drills, if you need an extra body for a drill, if you have any questions about how to run a certain drill or need help, we're always there and ready. As mentioned, steps to becoming a clear coach, we upped our level, so now fingerprint testing is required for the level 2 background check. As mentioned, if all of the following steps or any of them are not completed, you will not be able to coach at any YMCA events. And then the background checks are now good for 5 calendar years. As mentioned, March 15th is our anticipated photo day. This is the packages they've offered. If you want to take a screenshot, feel free just to get ahead of that. We will also send this out the week of as well. And then we don't have necessarily a weather policy. We've had a couple of tornado outbreaks, which is just very rare, but we just stay inside the gym. Everyone has to remain in the gym until the tornado warning is cleared. Weather policy mainly just relates to soccer, but that does conclude our orientation. Does anyone have any questions in regards to the PowerPoint?
I do.
Yep, go ahead.
Before in other seasons, when we had it on the website, the parents used to have to like sign a bunch of papers, and releases.
Yep.
And did not happen this season? Or was it sent out in a different email? Or are you guys no longer requiring that paperwork?
So all the waivers are done either through Salesforce or online registration. Do you know which one you happen to do? Did you do a point of sale at the front desk or online?
Online.
Online, yeah, online. If you've done it for previous seasons, which I believe I recognize your last name, you'll be good. If you do it at the front desk, they're going to have you, if you haven't ever done a waiver, they're going to have you do it there. But you're good to go. Yeah. Good question. Anyone else? It says we could not see the last slide was just question slide. So there wasn't anything necessarily on the last slide. I was just opening it up for questions.
Yeah, I have a question, Hunter. So if we're not cleared for the level 2 background prior to the first practice, we can still bring our kid to practice, right? And you guys will host the practice or run the practice?
We'll introduce you to the team. We'll let them know that you're pending, etc. You can meet the kids, but yeah, in order to step on the court, and yes, you can bring your kid. In order to step on the court, though, and hopefully it gets cleared very shortly, but we will need everyone to be cleared. So we'll run the first practice, and then once you're cleared, you're good to go. I know this is definitely the biggest change we've done is the level 2 background checks, which take up to 45 days. It can take anywhere between 10 to 45. So patience is just all we're asking for, and we appreciate it.
Hey, Hunter, for the 3 and 4-year-old group, how long is the practice before the games on Saturday?
Yep, so 3 and 4 is the most unique division. They do not have a practice day necessarily during the week like 5 and up does. So 3 and 4 will just meet on Saturdays. We'll meet from 9 to 10. It'll be a 30-minute practice. So you'll meet with your team on one court, and then we'll have another 3 and 4 team on the other court. You'll run if you want to do some drills. If you want to, you're not going to do plays at that age, but you're going to do just some drills. Obviously, first week you'll do meet and greet, get to know everyone, and then the last 30 minutes of each week will be our game. So it'll be a 30-minute practice, 30-minute game.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Sorry. I just have one more.
No, go ahead.
Or on the other one, we were able to send messages to the coach through the, I forgot already the name of the old system.
PlayerSpace. Yep.
Yes. With the new one that we have, are you able to do the same thing?
Yep. It actually has its own chat too, which is nice because PlayerSpace did not. So if you just want to use that instead of GroupMe or text, you can. But all coaches will be assigned, especially like I mentioned, once they're cleared and everything. So you can message your coach on that app, or if you still just want to use, a big group text message, you can do that too, obviously. But you'll see coaches on the app still. Yeah. Alrighty. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Alrighty. Well, I appreciate
Actually, Hunter, I do have a question.
Yep, good.
Hey, but yeah, I was able to get on the Team Snap, and this is all new to us this year with the Y. I can see, like, I believe you in your PowerPoint, it showed, I can see the practices, but did you say as far as the game schedule, that'll come out tomorrow?
Yep, so practice schedules are already done. You should see all those. You should see your roster. Then the game schedule's released tomorrow, which is when you'll be able to see that on the app.
Okay. Yep. And will we hear from the coach, or just show up to the first practice and everything will be rolled out?
Some coaches, will reach out on the app, introduce themselves. I would say the majority just kind of wait till the first day, introduce themselves, in person. But yeah, if coaches hear this on this meeting, feel free to reach out in the app. But I would say the majority just kind of do that at the first practice. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I appreciate everyone coming. I'll stay on the call for a couple minutes if anyone has any questions, but I am going to end the recording now. We look forward to seeing everyone next week for practices. Reminder, the Tuesday, if it's not our technically first practice, it will be Wednesday if you're in the Tuesday slot. But you'll see that all on your Team Snap app. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me over the weekend. But we're excited to seeing everyone. Thank you.